Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're about to dive into a fascinating topic: how women get addicted to men. On this first slide, you'll see the title and subtitle: A Presentation on the Psychology of Attraction, Masculine Presence, and the Power of Restraint in Building Genuine Connection. Over the course of this session, we'll explore what draws women in, how confidence and presence play a role, and why restraint can actually strengthen attraction. So let's get started. Let's talk about the so-called communication trap. Picture this: you send her a message, then you wait, analyze every word she sends back, almost like you're trying to solve a puzzle. And here's the interesting part: despite reaching out more and more, it often feels like she's drifting further away. Many men believe that the solution is simply to communicate more words, more reassurance, more vulnerability. But here, the key point I want to stress: more isn't always better. The truth is, words can actually drain your value. When you keep sending long messages, confessing everything, or trying to explain and fix things, it doesn't bring her closer. Instead, it can make you seem more available, more desperate, and that can reduce your attraction. What women tend to be attracted to isn't certainty or constant reassurance. It's intrigue, an element of mystery, a bit of the unknown. Attraction is built on psychological gaps, on that sense of "I want to learn more about you," not "I know everything about you already." So in this whole process, remember, less can be more. Keep the mystery alive and avoid over-explaining. That's what keeps attraction strong. Let's talk about the hidden mechanism behind female bonding. It's not about the words you speak, but what you leave unsaid. Women don't connect through noise or constant chatter. Instead, they bond through meaning that's created in the spaces you don't fill with words. Think about it. A man who never stops talking leaves nothing for her imagination to work with. But when you're comfortable with silence, it pushes her to engage her mind more deeply. And that's where dopamine kicks in. Dopamine loves uncertainty, anticipation, those psychological gaps. When you speak less, her mind starts filling in the blanks, forming assumptions, fantasies, questions, and desire. This is why mystery is such a powerful currency in male-female psychology. It sparks her curiosity, her imagination, and ultimately her attraction. So, understanding this hidden mechanism can really transform the way you connect and create that magnetic pull. All right, let's talk about stillness as a form of strength, especially in her mind. You see, biologically, women are wired to pick up on strength through behavior rather than just words. So, when you exhibit stillness, it signals self-control. You're showing that you're composed and confident without needing to over-explain yourself. Silence, on the other hand, communicates emotional independence. It shows you're comfortable on your own and not overly reliant on constant interaction. Now, unpredictability is key here. When you're not always predictable, it signals high value. It makes you more interesting and desirable because you're not just another guy who's always available. And here's the interesting part: when you stop over-explaining, her brain starts to loop. She begins asking herself questions like, why isn't he texting first? Or is he losing interest? Or what is he doing right now? Her mind keeps circling around you, and with each loop, dopamine, the chemical linked to pleasure, kicks in and reinforces that feeling of craving. That's not manipulation. That's just how human nature works. It's built into us. So in essence, your absence and your calm, unpredictable behavior create a magnetic pull. Your silence and stillness actually become powerful tools in building attraction. Let's take a moment to look around us and see what's really happening. One thing I've noticed is that men who tend to text first often lose interest first. It's almost like they're trying too hard to keep the connection alive, but that effort can backfire. Similarly, men who overshare, who reveal too much too soon, can get dismissed or pushed away because it feels overwhelming or insecure. Then there are the guys who feel the need to explain themselves constantly, and in doing so, they unintentionally make themselves explainable away. Modern society has trained men to communicate more openly, to confess, to seek validation, and to constantly explain themselves. But here's the question: what has that created? It's led to predictable men, emotionally needy men, men who think that trying harder or winning affection through effort alone is enough. And that's where the problem lies. Predictable men become disposable because predictability kills desire. When someone becomes too easy to understand, too consistent in their efforts, it strips away that mystery and excitement that keeps attraction alive. So, in the end, it's not about being perfect or overly confident. It's about maintaining that sense of presence and intrigue that keeps desire burning. The hard truth is that the silence you fear is actually the silence that could save you. Many men talk a lot because they're seeking permission. Permission to be liked, permission to be chosen, permission to keep the connection alive. But here's the thing. Constantly seeking permission actually damages your masculine energy. When you're always trying to get approval through words, it signals insecurity rather than confidence. Attraction, real attraction, doesn't respond to noise. It responds to certainty within yourself. A woman doesn't need you to constantly reassure her or confirm your feelings. What she needs is to feel your groundedness, your focus, your self-contained energy. That quiet strength is what truly draws her in. Remember, real power is silent. It doesn't need to negotiate or beg for attention. It doesn't have to explain itself. Instead, it waits patiently. It's in that silence, that calm confidence, where true attraction is born. So the next time you feel the urge to fill the silence or seek validation, remember that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply wait in that quiet, grounded space. So what's the antidote to losing your value in her eyes? Well, it all starts with understanding what to hold back and what to give. First, stop giving her what she hasn't earned. Remember, attention is fuel. Use it wisely. Don't just hand it out freely. Make sure it's earned through genuine connection and effort. Next, it's important to withdraw your emotional overinvestment. This doesn't mean pulling away out of fear, but out of self-respect. Keep your emotional boundaries intact and stay grounded. Then, redirect your energy into your mission. When you focus on your purpose, it creates a magnetic polarity. Women can feel when your life pulls you with conviction more than you pull towards her. That kind of confidence is attractive. Also, become unpredictable in a grounded way. Not flaky or chaotic, but a man who has a life that doesn't revolve solely around her notifications. Keep some mystery and independence. This keeps things exciting. And finally, let silence do the talking. Silence isn't absence, it's presence without performance. Sometimes, letting her feel the weight of your silence creates a powerful impression. It shows strength and confidence without saying a word. All these points connect to one core idea: maintaining your value by being authentic, confident, and purposeful. It's about creating a dynamic where she feels drawn to your true self, not just your attention. Men don't need to speak to be powerful. It's a common misconception that words are what win people over, but in reality, true power often lies in what's left unsaid. You don't attract women by bombarding them with long paragraphs or explanations. That can sometimes push people away rather than draw them in. Similarly, you don't keep someone interested just by confessing everything, because oversharing can diminish your sense of mystery and intrigue. The real tools for building desire are restraint, composure, mystery, and emotional sovereignty. Restraint means knowing when to hold back and let things unfold naturally. Composure keeps you centered and confident, no matter the situation. Mystery keeps others curious about you. Leaving something to the imagination is far more alluring than giving everything away. Emotional sovereignty is about owning your feelings, not being swayed by every emotion or external influence. The key is not to chase after what you want, but to create gravity, an attraction that pulls others toward you naturally. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. Let it be your signal, because authentic power doesn't need to be loud or boastful, it only needs to be felt. When you master this, you'll see that quiet confidence is often the most compelling form of strength.